You don't deserve to sit with us. My sister's voice sliced through the buzz of Lodo's finest restaurant in Denver, her sneer as sharp as the crystal glasses on the table. I'm Vanessa Porter, 27, adopted at 5, and for 22 years. I've been the outsider in my own family. The chandelier light caught the smug faces of my parents and brother as they laughed, their mockery echoing in my ears. I clutched my purse, my face burning, as diners nearby turned to stare. She shoved the check toward me, $3,288 for their lavish steaks, imported wine, and desserts they ordered just to flex. Pay it, she demanded, her tone dripping with contempt. My parents nodded, their eyes cold, while my brother smirked, sipping his wine. I'd spent years swallowing their insults, believing one day they'd see me. But tonight was different. My savings were already stretched thin from my freelance marketing gigs, and this bill would gut me. I reached for my wallet, hands shaking, ready to cave again when a voice cut through the room like ice. Please, just a moment. My grandmother stood at the table's end, her gaze piercing. The restaurant fell silent. She didn't smile, didn't waver, just stared down my family. Before Vanessa pays, she said, her voice steady. I have something to say about my will, and the $750,000. My sister's jaw dropped, my parents froze. I felt my heart pound, unsure what was coming, but knowing it would change everything. Let me know where you're listening from. Hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to see how this drama unfolds. You won't believe what happens. Sitting there frozen, memories flooded back. I was 5 when I arrived at the Dunn house in Denver, a scared little girl who'd lost her parents in a car crash. Rita and Howard adopted me, but from day one, it felt like a transaction. They gave me the basement room, cold and drafty, while Nicole and Zachary got sunny bedrooms upstairs. Nicole, at 10, snatched my toys and called me intruder. Zachary, 12, ignored me during family games. School clothes were Nicole's old ones, faded and too big, while she got new outfits every season. Howard said it built character. Rita nodded, saying resources were limited, but I saw the vacations to Aspen, the ski trips near the Rocky Mountains they took without me. At 12, I asked for art classes. They laughed, saying focus on chores. Nicole got piano lessons, Zachary's soccer camp. I worked after school jobs to buy supplies, dreaming of marketing one day. By 18, community college was on loans because they claimed no money. Yet Nicole's private university tuition was paid in full. Her real estate career launched with their help. Zachary's banking degree came easy, funded without question. I moved out at 21, scraping by as a freelance marketer, landing gigs through grit alone, no family support, just their occasional calls demanding favors. Now 27. I'd built a client base, but tonight's bill would crush it. Back at the table, Grandma Gladys's words hung heavy. She continued, her tone unyielding. That trust fund was for Vanessa's care, education, future, but you, Rita and Howard, siphoned it off. $750,000 transferred to your accounts. Rita's fork clattered. Howard shifted, face paling. We used it for the family, Rita muttered. Gladys shook her head. No, bank records show it went to Nicole's car payments and Zachary's grad school fees, vacations. Renovations none for Vanessa. Nicole leaned forward, eyes flashing. She didn't need it. She's always been fine on scraps. Zachary nodded, adding, this is exaggeration. We treated her okay. Howard cleared his throat. Let's not air dirty laundry here. But the diner's phones were out, capturing every word. Whispers spread. Gladys ignored them, her voice rising. You committed fraud, stole from a child while pretending to care. Rita's eyes welled up. We raised her, that's worth something. Nicole slammed her hand down. You're senile, Grandma. We'll fight this. Zachary tried calm. Think about it. Splitting fair would keep peace. Howard agreed. We can discuss privately. But Gladys stood firm. No discussion. The will changes tonight. My lawyer has the papers. The table erupted. Nicole yelled about entitlement. Zachary accused manipulation. Rita pleaded family unity. Howard threatened legal action. I sat silent, pulse racing, as chaos unfolded. Strangers stared, some filming openly. The manager hovered, unsure. Finally, Gladys turned to me. Vanessa, we're leaving. Thomas is outside. We stood, her arm linking mine. Nicole blocked the way briefly, hissing, This isn't over. But Gladys pushed past. Outside, cool Denver air hit my face. Her car waited, driver ready, as we drove toward her home near the Rockies. My phone buzzed with texts. Nicole, you'll regret this. Zachary, talk sense into her. Rita, come back, we can fix it. Howard, don't be stupid. I silenced it, heart pounding. Lindsay called then. Saw the video online already. People are sharing. I'll dig up those old emails you mentioned. We can use them. Her voice steadied me. At Grandma Gladys's house, she poured tea. I've watched this for years. Tonight ends it. I nodded, still processing. The Kwai revelation burned. They'd profited from my loss, spent my future on theirs. Anger mixed with hurt. But Grandma Gladys's resolve gave hope, for the first time. Someone fought for me. Gladys's voice sharpened as she pointed at Nicole. You led the charge. Locked Vanessa in closets during playdates. Spread rumors at school that her parents abandoned her because she was defective. And when she won that art contest at 15, you shredded her certificate, claiming it was an accident. Nicole's face twisted. She pushed her plate away. That was kid stuff. Get over it. Gladys shifted her gaze to Zachary. You enabled it. Laughed when Nicole tripped Vanessa during family hikes near the Rockies. Pretended not to notice her missing lunches. Borrowed from her fund for your brokerage license exam fees. Then bragged about your Wall Street dreams while she flipped burgers to pay rent. Zachary straightened his collar. I had no clue about any fund. This sounds made up. Then Gladys locked eyes with Rita and Howard. You masterminded the theft, signed the adoption papers for the payout, then funneled $750,000 into your pockets. Used it for Nicole's sorority dues, Zachary's European study abroad. Even that cabin remodel you never invited Vanessa to. Rita's napkin crumpled in her fist. It was for household expenses. We earned it raising her. Howard nodded vigorously. Precisely. Every penny went to family needs. Gladys's tone dropped colder. Lies. I have the wire transfers. Every withdrawal documented. You violated trust laws. Turned her inheritance into your luxury. Nicole bolted upright. You're delusional. We'll drag you to court for this nonsense, Zachary added. Absolutely. No judge will buy your story. Rita's voice cracked. Mother, reconsider. We're your blood. Don't tear us apart over her. Howard leaned in. We can settle this quietly. No one wants a scandal. But murmurs rippled through the restaurant. A couple at the next table exchanged glances. Someone pulled out a phone discreetly. The sommelier paused mid-pour, eyes wide. Gladys dismissed their pleas. The wills revised. My holdings labs, patents, accounts all to Vanessa. She's shown strength you lack. Nicole's chair scraped back. She's a leech. You can't rob us for an outsider. Zachary pounded the table lightly. This is coercion. She's poisoned you against us. Rita dabbed her eyes. We tried our best. Flaws don't deserve this punishment. Howard warned. We'll prove incapacity. Your age is showing. Gladys chuckled darkly. Good luck. 3 doctors certified my mind sharp, and I've got affidavits from neighbors, teachers, about your years of neglect. The family traded desperate looks. Nicole's lips quivered. Zachary rubbed his temples. Rita sniffled louder. Howard's jaw clenched. I absorbed it all. A whirlwind of betrayal surfacing. Grandma Gladys reached for her coat. Vanessa, we're done here. Thomas waits outside. We rose. Nicole grabbed my arm briefly. You'll destroy everything. But Gladys steered me forward. The door swung shut on their protests. Denver's evening chill greeted us. Thomas held the car door. As we pulled away, Lindsay's voice came through speaker. The clips everywhere. Comments are slamming them. I'll pull those bank alerts Vanessa forwarded me last year. They tie directly to the transfers. Her assurance cut through my daze. The route climbed toward Grandma Gladys's retreat in the foothills. She squeezed my hand. I've built this case meticulously. Tonight launches the end. I stared at the passing lights. How long have you suspected? She sighed. Long enough to act. And now, with my time short, it's urgent. My breath caught. Time short. Gladys met my eyes. The illness is advanced, months at best, but I'll witness their downfall first. My phone lit up before we reached Grandma Gladys's foothills retreat. Nicole had posted on Instagram from her polished Denver condo, Vanessa's playing victim again. Manipulating our sick grandmother for money. She's no family, just a gold digger. The post racked up thousands of likes in hours, shared across Denver's tight-knit online groups. Comments piled on, ungrateful adoptee, stealing from her own family. My chest tightened as strangers tore into me. Zachary jumped in, launching a GoFundMe titled Save the Dunn Family from Injustice. He wrote, Our grandmother's been coerced. Help us fight for what's right. It raised a few $100s before locals flagged it as suspicious. Rita shared Nicole's post, adding, We loved her like our own. This hurts. Howard posted a cryptic status, Family betrayal cuts deep. Their coordinated attacks spread fast, Denver's social media buzzing with my name. I sat on Gladys's couch, scrolling, my hands unsteady. Lindsay's call broke the spiral. Their posts are backfiring. I've got those bank alerts you sent me last year. Proof Rita and Howard moved money from your trust to their accounts. She'd combed through emails I'd forwarded long ago. Casual mentions from Rita about household funds for Nicole's real estate seminars and Zachary's finance certifications. Lindsay organized them, linking dates to bank transfers. I'm sending these to your grandmother's lawyer now, she said. They'll need a court order to pull full records, but this is a start. Her calm focus grounded me. At the kitchen table, Grandma Gladys sipped water, her face pale. I'm running out of time, she said quietly. My illness is terminal. I've got months, maybe less. That's why I acted now. My throat tightened. She'd hidden her pain, planning this fight for me. I can't lose you, I whispered. She patted my hand. You won't lose what I'm giving you justice. Her lawyer, James, arrived later, reviewing Lindsay's files. These emails are gold, he said. They show intent. We'll subpoena bank statements to confirm the $750,000 was misdirected. He pulled screenshots from my old phone, messages where Nicole bragged about her new SUV, paid with family money. Another showed Zachary thanking Rita for covering his CFA exam fees, each tied back to my stolen fund. James nodded. This builds our case. They'll regret going public. Meanwhile, Nicole doubled down. She commented on her post. Vanessa's always been jealous. She'll burn through Grandma's money in a year. The backlash grew, but some Denver locals believed her, sharing stories of ungrateful kids. Zachary posted a photo of Rita crying, captioned, This is what Vanessa's done to us. My stomach churned. They were painting me as the villain. twisting years of their neglect into my greed. Lindsay texted updates. Found a 2015 chat where Nicole mocked your college loans, sending it to James. Her evidence piled up, each piece a shield against their lies. I forwarded her a thread where Howard dismissed my freelance pitches as hobby nonsense while funding Nicole's startup. Grandma Gladys watched me, her eyes sharp despite her frailty. "They're desperate," she said. "Keep fighting, you're not alone." That night, Nicole booked a slot on a Denver morning show, aiming to sway public opinion. She sat under studio lights, her voice rehearsed. "We raised Vanessa with love, but she's turned on us, manipulating our grandmother's illness." The host, a seasoned journalist, pressed her. "Bank records suggest you used funds meant for Vanessa's care. Care to comment?" Nicole faltered, her smile cracking. "That's a misunderstanding." The host cut her off. "We've seen the emails. We're not airing this." The interview collapsed, leaked online by a crew member. Comments flooded in. "She's lying. Check the bank records." Denver's online community turned, siding with me. I stared at my phone, relief mixing with exhaustion. Grandma Gladys set her cup down. "They're unraveling. Let them dig their own grave." Her words steadied me. The fight was far from over. But their lies were cracking under pressure. The storm broke the next morning. Nicole went live on Facebook from her Denver loft, her face flushed with rage. "Everyone's buying Vanessa's sob story," she spat, pacing in front of her marble counter. "She's a fraud fine. We used some of her trust money, but she never needed it. She's been mooching off us forever." The confession slipped out, raw and reckless, within hours. The video hit 500,000 views, shared across Denver's online forums. Comments exploded. She admitted stealing. Fraud on camera. Local influencers dissected her words, calling her out. The tide turned overnight. My phone buzzed with notifications, but I ignored them. Sitting with Grandma Gladys in her study, Lindsay called, her voice steady. "Nicole's done herself in. That livestream is everywhere. I'm bringing the evidence to James today." She'd compiled our email threads, bank alerts, and screenshots, tying the $750,000 to Rita and Howard's accounts. "It's airtight," she said. I exhaled, feeling the weight shift. Days later, we faced the Dunn family in a Denver courtroom. The judge, a no-nonsense woman in her 60s, scanned the room. I sat beside James, Lindsay behind me, her notes ready. Nicole slumped at the defense table, her confidence gone. Zachary avoided my gaze, fidgeting. Rita and Howard sat rigid, their lawyer whispering urgently. James stood, calm and precise. "Your Honor, the evidence is clear. The defendants misappropriated $750,000 from Vanessa Porter's trust fund, intended for her care. Bank records confirm transfers to their personal accounts for luxury purchases and education fees." He presented Lindsay's compiled emails, showing Rita's references to family funds used for Nicole's seminars and Zachary's certifications. Lindsay took the stand, her voice firm. "I reviewed Vanessa's old correspondence. It matches the bank alerts, proving the money was diverted." The clincher was Nicole's live stream, played on a courtroom screen. Her own words echoed. "We used some of her trust money." The judge's eyes narrowed. The defense lawyer stammered. Claiming emotional distress skewed Nicole's statement, but the judge cut him off. "This is a public admission of misappropriation." After a brief recess, she delivered the ruling. "The court finds the defendants liable. They must repay $750,000, plus interest and damages, totaling $2.3 million, within 90 days. Additionally, I'm referring Rita and Howard Dunn to the district attorney for potential fraud charges under Colorado law." Nicole gasped audibly. Zachary's head dropped. Rita clutched Howard's arm, her face ashen. I felt no triumph, only a hollow relief. Their empire of lies was crumbling. Outside, James warned me. They'll face felony theft charges. That could mean prison. I nodded, my focus on Grandma Gladys, who'd watched from a wheelchair, her strength fading, back at her foothills home. I helped her settle in her favorite armchair. Her breathing was shallow, her hands frail. "I'm proud of you," she whispered. "You stood tall." Tears stung my eyes. That night, she slipped into a deep sleep. I stayed by her side, holding her hand, as the Rockies loomed dark outside. She passed quietly at dawn, her face peaceful. I sat there, numb, as the reality sank in. The one person who'd fought for me was gone. Her lawyer called later, confirming the will's execution, the estate labs, accounts. Properties was now mine. I buried my grief, focusing on her legacy. Meanwhile, the Dunns unraveled. Rita and Howard listed their Cherry Creek home for sale. Unable to cover the $2.3 million, Nicole's real estate clients dropped her. Her reputation trashed after the viral video. Zachary's bank froze his accounts, demanding repayment for his share of the misused funds. They sent frantic texts, begging me to reconsider. But I deleted them unread. Lindsay stopped by, her presence a steady anchor. "You're free now," she said, hugging me. I looked at Grandma Gladys's empty chair, her words echoing. She'd given me more than money, she'd given me justice. 3 weeks passed, and Grandma Gladys was laid to rest. Her funeral was small. Just me, Lindsay, James, and a few of her old colleagues at a quiet Denver chapel. I stood by her graveside, the Rockies looming in the distance, clutching her favorite scarf. She'd left me everything: her pharmaceutical labs, mountain properties, accounts worth $1.2 million. The will's execution was seamless, James confirming every detail. I wasn't ready for the weight of it, but her belief in me pushed me forward. Lindsay squeezed my shoulder. "She'd want you to keep going." I nodded, determined to honor her. Days later, I filed papers for the Gladys Reed Foundation, a nonprofit to support adopted kids facing mistreatment. It offered legal aid, counseling, and scholarships, based in Denver's downtown. Lindsay joined as co-director, her energy relentless. "We'll help kids like you were," she said, sorting through grant applications. The foundation's first case funded a teenager's escape from a neglectful home, covering her tuition. It felt like Grandma Gladys was still with me. Meanwhile, the Dunn family collapsed under their own choices. Nicole's real estate business tanked, clients bailed after her live stream confession spread across Denver's networks. Her husband filed for divorce, citing her toxic behavior, and took their condo in the settlement. She moved into a cramped studio apartment, working as a cashier at a local grocery chain. Her social media went silent, her once glossy posts replaced by bitter silence. Zachary's bank demanded repayment of his share of the stolen trust funds, $575,000. Unable to pay, he sold his low-dough condo and car, moving to a shared rental on the city's edge. He took up delivery driving for Uber Eats, his banking career a distant memory. Rita and Howard faced the worst. Their Cherry Creek home sold at a loss to cover legal fees, forcing them into a rundown apartment in Aurora. The district attorney pressed felony theft charges for misappropriating my trust fund, scheduling their trial for next month. Neighbors who once invited them to barbecues now avoided them, whispering about their downfall. Rita sent me an email, her tone pleading. "Vanessa, we're struggling. Can we talk? We're still family." I deleted it without replying. Howard tried next, leaving a voicemail. "You've got what you wanted, show some mercy." I blocked his number. Nicole showed up at my new office, a modest space near the foundation's headquarters. "You owe us," she hissed, banging on the glass door. Security escorted her out as she shouted about fairness. Zachary's text was softer, almost broken. I didn't know how bad it was for you. Can we meet? I didn't respond. Lindsay caught me staring at my phone. They're trying to claw you back, she warned, handing me coffee. Don't let them. She was right. Their apologies weren't remorse, they were desperation. The foundation grew, securing donors from Denver's tech scene. We expanded to 3 more cases, helping kids relocate to safe foster homes. Lindsay handled logistics, her spreadsheets meticulous. This is what justice looks like, she said, grinning as we signed a new grant. I threw myself into work, learning the ropes of Grandma Gladys's labs. Her former CFO guided me through board meetings, praising my quick grasp. The pain of losing her lingered, but every child we helped eased it. Rita called one last time, her voice shaking. We're losing everything, help us, please. I hung up, my resolve firm. Their choices had carved this path, not mine. Lindsay and I met at a downtown cafe, toasting to the foundation's first milestone 10 kids supported. You're building something real, she said. I looked out at Denver's skyline, feeling a flicker of peace. Grandma Gladys's legacy wasn't just money, it was a chance to rewrite futures. Starting with mine. Months after the funeral, I drew a final line. I blocked Nicole's number, deleted her emails unopened, and cut off Rita, Howard, and Zachary from every platform. Nicole tried one last time, showing up at the Gladys Reed Foundation's Denver office, her face drawn. We're blood. Vanessa. She pleaded through the glass door. Give us a chance. I shook my head. You had 22 years. You chose to hurt me. Security led her away, her voice fading. I turned back to my desk, unshaken. The Dunn family's world kept collapsing. Rita and Howard stood trial in Denver for felony theft, their misappropriation of my $750,000 trust fund undeniable. The judge sentenced them to 2.5 years in prison, a standard penalty under Colorado law for embezzlement over $100,000. Their Aurora apartment sat empty, their belongings auctioned to cover debts. Neighbors who once admired their Cherry Creek status now shunned them, their names synonymous with greed. Nicole's life unraveled further. Her ex-husband's lawyer won full custody of their son, citing her instability after the viral confession. She worked double shifts at a grocery store, her real estate license revoked, her social circle gone. Posts on local Denver forums mocked her fall, calling her the trust fund thief. Zachary scraped by, delivering food on a borrowed bike after his car was repossessed. His banking credentials meant nothing without connections, and his health faltered under stress, his pride keeping him from better jobs. The community turned its back, their once polished image shattered. I focused on building forward. The foundation expanded, now aiding 20 adopted kids across Colorado with safe homes and scholarships. Lindsay, still co-director, beamed at our latest grant approval. You're changing lives, she said over coffee in a low-dough cafe. I took on Grandma Gladys's labs, leading board meetings with growing confidence. A new client, a Boulder tech startup, hired me for a marketing campaign, boosting my freelance income to cover a modest downtown apartment. The skyline view grounded me, a reminder of my new start. One evening, Lindsay handed me a letter from Rita, forwarded through a mutual contact. Vanessa, we're broken. Please help. It read. I tore it up, feeling no guilt. Their choices, not mine, led here. I thought of Grandma Gladys's last words, her belief in my strength. She'd taught me family isn't blood, it's who stands by you. Lindsay did. Gladys had. The Dunns never would. My work became my anchor. The foundation's impact spread. Featured in a local magazine for helping kids escape toxic homes, I spoke at a Denver charity event, sharing my story to inspire others. Justice comes when you stand up, I said, earning nods from the crowd. Lindsay clapped loudest, her grin wide. The Dunns faded from my life, their legacy a cautionary tale in Denver's tight-knit circles. I built a new one, grounded in compassion and resilience. Family isn't what you're born into, it's what you create through kindness and courage. That's the truth I live by now. Have you ever cut toxic family out for good? Share your story in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join our journey of real-life triumphs.